Hello, Sensei Cisco here for Sensei Martial Arts, and today we are going into our 60-30 workout. As always, I do open this hobby early for our live viewers, so if you'd like to jump ahead to about the 3-minute mark, that's when our lesson should begin. You can start working out and sweating along with us, at least if you're seeing this in the future. At the moment, I'm going to go ahead and promote to see if we can get the live audience filled up, and then we'll go on from there. So just excuse me as you have to sadly look at my forehead for a minute as I focus on writing. All right. I'm going to the second page. There we go. I still have a little bit of time for our live viewers if you jumped in the future. So we'll give it a little bit longer so we hit that 3-minute mark that others have hopefully jumped ahead to. All right. This is always the weird part. There's nothing to say, nothing to do until the timer runs out. But that is, boom, 3 minutes. All right, let's go ahead and get it started. For today, again, if you have been joining us regularly or following suit with our workouts, Monday we did a routine that involved a lot of mobility training. So these were positions that moved around either into a new position or used side-to-side motions, but there was a lot of sort of shifting our weight, shifting our balance for the routines. We're going to replicate those same exercises today. If you're watching this in future, I do recommend that you watch these videos or you follow along with them every other day. Please do not do these exercises daily, as that can be a strain on your body. You want that day of rest in between, or at the very least, that day in between to be allocated to a different sort of fitness regimen. In my case, I do my karate drills on those off days. So calisthenic exercise intensives one day, martial arts intensives the next day. And those are back and forth throughout the week. And then I take my weekends off to give a full rest to my nervous system to reset, rejuvenate, and come in strong on Monday. So I recommend that you do the same. This will help prevent injury and overly fatiguing the muscles. Because once you hit a certain point and you fatigue the muscles, they're not going to build anymore. You're just going to get sloppy form, poor results, and now you're just hurting for the sake of hurting. So be mindful, pace yourself. It's not a race, it's a marathon. All right, start off. Let's warm up. And we're going to warm up today with some knee raises. So bring the knee across the body. Using your toes to hit the ground, not your whole foot. You're not stomping. So be courteous to your neighbors, especially if you live in an apartment and you got people below you. You don't want to be stomping around all day causing a nuisance. All right, go ahead and open up. So give it a little leap before the lift. Now I like to hold a rear guard, sort of placing my knuckles up on my eyebrows so I can bring my knee to the opposite elbow. And keep it up. It's about getting your heart rate moving, getting everything woken up. All right, bounce it out. Loosen the shoulders. All right. Let's roll our neck. Big circle. Keep it relaxed and open. Reverse. Good. We're going to go to hugs. Swinging your arms. I know the video right now kind of has my head cut off, but switch to chops. This is because most of our exercises are going to be done low to the ground. So I've preset the camera for what we're doing later. Go ahead and twist. Relax your trunk. Hips, roll them around. Reverse. Roll the knees. Reverse. Ankles. Bring your toes up and out. Kind of push into your toes and out to the blades. Good? All right. Place your feet together. Once you reach for the sky, and then reach down your toes, keeping your knees straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go ahead and open wide, making an X. Bring your hand across the opposite side and point the opposite hand to the roof. Kind of keeping this hand where it is as the other draws over. 1, and then the other side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Go ahead and keep those feet out. Bring your left hand above your head, so I'm kind of acting as a mirror for you. You're going to push to the wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. And bring it on up. Bounce it out. Loosey-goosey. All right. As I said, 60-30s, 60-second active, 30-second inactive. During the active portion, just continue to move. If you've got to put your knees on the floor for push-ups or not bring your legs as high for leg lifts, lower your intensities as needed. It's more important that you keep the motion going than having perfect form and full extensions and all that. You'll get to full extensions in supreme form eventually. Give your body time to adjust and grow into that. Don't push yourself too hard. Just push yourself to that limit and a hair beyond. It's that hair that pushes us and allows us to grow. So keep that in mind. Set your pace, be true to your pace, push your limits, make sure that you're getting a good sweat, you can feel your heart. But if it's becoming painful or you're incapable of doing it, tone it back and do some lighter motions. All right, that being said, first up, for arms, we're gonna go into clapper push-ups. That means hands out, pushing off the ground, clapping your hands in the middle before landing to the floor again. Ready? We'll put 60 seconds on the clock and begin. Keep it up. Halfway there. Woo. I'm definitely feeling my other workouts from this week. Whew. Whew. Talk through it. Make some noise. Continue to breathe. And time. All righty, 30 seconds to rest. Oh, now I'll admit, that one hurt. That one worked me. Whew. But no one ever said 60 to 30s was supposed to be easy. We push the limits. Sometimes we have strong days. Some days we have weak days. Just push through it. And eventually, even your weak days are going to be better than your old strong days. All right, next up, we're going to go to leg lifts. 30-second rest is up. 60 seconds on the clock. Place your hands underneath your tailbone, ankles 1 inch off the ground, and push to the sky. Begin. Hello, kitty. Let's suck in your stomach. You want your navel to be pushed into your spine. So we're not pushing out on our stomach, but rather drawing it in. Keep moving. Almost there. And time. Go ahead, relax. 30 seconds to rest. Oh, that's big, kitty. We have 2 black cats here in the Cisco house. Luna, who is our older cat, and Kume, who is the younger. They are unrelated, both adopted at different times, about 2 years apart. But they made very good sisters. Oh, yeah, you are. I don't know if you guys can hear, but she's crying. She wants all the attention right now. All right, 60 seconds on the clock for horse squats. Sometimes known as frog squats. Big shoulder width, dropping down with the knees over your toes. Begin. As you go, try and keep your back straight. That means don't curl your back. You're still going to come down with a very slight bow at your hips, but it should be your hip that flexes and your knees, not your spine. We're not looking to bring our head to the floor. We're looking to bring our hips to the floor. Almost there. And time. 30 seconds on rest. Now, usually, I recommend for newer students, white belts, yellow belts, those new to fitness, go ahead and stop here. This was round 1. If you feel like you can keep going, by all means, go to round 2. But this sort of base beginner level, now we're getting to the intermediate level. Next will be the advanced level, and round 4 is the more professional or expert level. Know your limits and be honest with them, but push them. All right, next up, spider push-ups. Putting one side closed, hand put together, other side long. We're gonna dip to the long side before then reaching out with the opposite and dipping there and back. 30 seconds, we'll switch sides. Begin. Go ahead and switch. Move your left hand and foot out. Move your left hand to your right foot. All right, that's time. 30 seconds on rest. Good posture. Completely fill your lungs. All right, that's time. Moving into core or hip picks. Knees together, feet in front. Taking your opposite side, opposite hand to touch the floor next to your hip. Don't lean on it. Just let your knuckles graze side to side. Begin. Now I'm leaning back about 35 to 45 degrees, keeping a straight spine as I go. Don't curl. Kind of puff your chest up. Keep those knees tight. Feel free to take little mini 1-second breaks as needed. If you get to a point where you can't get that next one, take a moment, take one breath, and return. Time. Full rest. 30 seconds on the clock. All right, and time. 60 seconds into legs. We're gonna go with front lunges. So for this, you're gonna step out, dropping one knee 1 inch off the ground, and then kick back to switch. 1 minute on the clock. Begin. Think of this as jumping back to hips width, shoulder width. Kind of yoy to drop, yoy, drop. For my martial artists out there. For my Taekwondo and Korean practitioners, 준비, 준비. Think of your front foot as kicking the ground away, pushing with the toes. Ball foot to express that thrust. This is a great one to build up strength in your front kicks. And rest. 30 seconds. Deep breaths. Slow on the exhale. Maintain posture. Calm your heart. All right, that's time. Round 2 is finished. Back to 60 seconds on the clock. Into the arms. For this, we're going to do what I call the flower drill. So you're going to do a series of push-ups, starting with diamond, to Pilates, to Russians, butterflies, and half planche before resetting to the beginning. Between each step, have one hand reach out at a time. You can do a jump if you feel like you're up to it. That's higher intensity. Let's begin. Diamond, Pilates, Russian, butterfly, planche. Back to diamond. Now I'm leading with my right hand on each step. Be mindful of which of your hands is leading so that you can switch it on your next round. So now I'm leading with my left. And the theme today is shifting weight. And time. 30 seconds to rest. And let it relax. All right, almost there. Continue on your breathing. Now let's move into core. 60 seconds for V-ups. Balancing on your hips to bring your ankles and shoulders to the ground. Begin. Now you notice I'm doing a little grab on each one. Again, this lowers the intensity. Gives you a little reprieve before going to the next. The important thing is you try to keep moving. If you've hit your absolute limit, call it. Don't move on to the next section. And time. 30 seconds on rest. Your limits are going to be different than mine, different than the person next to you, different from yourself a month from now. Be aware of where you are in the moment. Don't compare yourself to others. If you've hit your limit, let that be your limit. We'll come back to it in 2 days, and you'll try again. Then you'll try again in a week, in a month. And I guarantee you, so long as you continue to try and you hit that limit regularly, that limit's going to start getting longer and longer. All right, 60 seconds for toe press. Begin. Feet are shoulder width apart, and I'm pushing to the ball of my foot, not to my piggy toes. If I push that way, it twists the ankle, and that is a recipe for a twisted ankle. So, keep your toes, ball of the foot, just below your big toe, on the ground, using your glutes and your calf muscles to lift yourself up vertical. We don't need our hands for this, so I like to put mine on my hips. If you like to use prayer pose or tree pose, that's perfectly fine as well. Or even the inverted sort of yoga style with hands and back. All these are good. 30 seconds on rest. And move this off to the side. Because coming up next, we're going to get into bear crawls. So you want some space in your area so you can make circles around your room. Bring the timer in, give me a little more space. All right, 60 seconds on the clock. Going back into arms. Now bear crawls arguably are a combination of arms, core, and legs, but I tend to like to do these as primarily an arm workout because our arms aren't as used to supporting weight as the rest of us are. So bear crawls, hands and feet only, walking circles around your area. Begin. At about the halfway mark, I'm going to call it for us to reverse directions. That's it, reverse, walking the other way. And time. Rest. 30 seconds on. All right. Next up, ankle touches. So laying back in what would be a sit-up position. We're going to stay on the ground, knees clenched together, and wrap our shoulders to the sides to tap your ankle. 60 seconds. Let's go. Keep your shoulders and head back. So we are crunching your side in here and not rolling into a front crunch or sit-up. We also don't want to pull on our neck. Try and keep your neck in line with your spine. Now notice I'm kind of walking across the floor here. That's okay. And time. Relax for 30 seconds. Almost there. If you made it this far in, I commend you. This is the hard part, getting through rounds 3 and 4. We're at the precipice of round 4 now. So continue to dig. We go into our legs. Now, for our final exercise in our legs, we're going to do side lunges. Very similar to the front, only we're dipping one side at a time. Feet will be planted to the ground and sort of out towards your elbows, and you dip, pushing your knee over your toes. Now I'm going to keep my toes facing forward so I can push off with my heels rather than my toes. Let's begin. So I'm going to shift my weight onto the foot. So my knee is between my toes and my belly button. Then lift from the heel. This is a decent way to practice your side kicks or to build up the strength for a side kick. Because we have a very similar angle that we're pushing from. Chamber, kick. Chamber, kick. And time. Go ahead and rest. 30 seconds. And then we'll go into a cool down. And time. Go ahead, take from a seated position. Put your right leg out. Grab your toes with the same side. And hang. Let yourself stay loose and relaxed. If you can't grab your toes, that's fine. Hold on to your pant leg and pull yourself down using your arm, your bicep, to try and get you to curl in. All right, go ahead, switch to the left side. Same side arm. And relax. Let your head hang towards your knee. Keeping your leg flat to the floor. You're good. Switch back to the right, this time using your left hand to reach out. And relax towards your knee, keeping it flat to the ground. And switch. Cross arm. Now, if you're having trouble keeping that knee down, you can take your opposite foot, put it on your knee. That'll create a counterweight that'll help force it down. It'll maintain a straighter alignment for an even better stretch. Good. And relax. Go ahead, take your right leg that was bent over, drop it to the floor, and hug that knee in, squeezing into your chest. I even like to practice kind of my rear naked choke in this position. Imagine my knee is the throat of an enemy. All right, very good. Take your right hand around the back, left elbow to cross, and twist. Back straight to turn your spine. And return. Take your right foot, pull it into the center, dropping your knee to the ground. This will stretch your ankle and your hip. And switch. Right leg out, left foot over, going for that squeeze in the knee. Again, I use my rear naked choke here. It creates a similar pressure, so I get the stretch, and practice the grappling technique at the same time. Keep your back straight. Posture is key. Left hand back, right hand crosses over to push with the elbow and assist in my twist. Excellent. But drop the knee, pull the ankle in to the pocket of your hip to stretch the ankle and left hip. Good. Right, shake it out. Roll to your stomach and lift to the sky, cobra. Sometimes called upward dog. Now you'll notice I have live toes. So I'm not looking for dead toes here. You can, if you have less of a stretch, that's fine. But if you want to bring it up a notch, activate your toes and lift your knees off the ground. This will pull your abdomen a little bit more. And come on down. Bring the left knee up to the side. Stretch your right side. Again, stay relaxed to feel the draw along your right ribs to your right knee. Drop and switch before you lift. Now it's important that we get this drop because this will realign the ligaments of your body. If we try and pull it straight up from this position, the things aren't going to line up properly for the pull that we're looking for. Very good. Good. Place your knees together. Lift your hips back to your toes, dragging your fingers for a cat stretch. Before then pulling them back to your toes and relax into child's pose. Slowly rise up, one vertebrae at a time. Roll the shoulders back. And from here, we are in a Zen position. I'm going to place my hands just in front of my knees. I like to use my fingertips to then pull my knees up one at a time to stretch the front sides of my ankles. Switch to both knees. And come up to your toes. Rise, rolling the shoulders, and hug the right. Switch, hug the left. Switch, draw the right behind your back. Now I'm lowering to my knees just so the camera's set to the floor from earlier. Switch to your left. Keep your neck straight. We're not looking to pull our head forward. We're looking to draw the elbow back. And roll it out. Bounce it off. And we're set. Good cool down stretch. Solid workout. We actually ran a little long today, but that's all right. Ultimately, I hope you had some fun. You got a good sweat, got your fitness in, and we'll be set for the next one. Now, this Friday, I do tend to end the week with a practice of yoga, as we've just spent 4 days exercising pretty strong. So we'll take our last day to relax a little bit more, focus on our stretching and flexibility, getting things ready for the weekend recovery. So please join us on Friday at 6:45 to do our yoga routine for this week. But until then, arigato gozaimasu. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Habu. Shibu.